Mississippi putting it down. I'm the hottest round. I told y'all mother, y'all can't stop me now. Listen to me now. I'm lasting 20 rounds. And if you want me, then come on get me now. Is you with me now? Let's take it big and bounce. I know you think the way I switch my style.
I know. 1,000 questions. But first, the Tranya.
So, costume all good?
All good?
Alright.
No, it's a terrible costume.
Jamie.
She's an ice cream cone.
Do you get it? Because of Ice Cream Man.
Yeah, okay. Now, actually, I didn't quite really put that together, but that's good.
It's my homage.
Well, I appreciate that.
I was getting dressed on Hollywood Boulevard, and now everyone is aware of Ice Cream Man and my love for it, because they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh my god, I have to go interview Ice Cream Man. I have to be dressed like this.
Well, you know what? I guess I should be honored to get homaged.
You are so worthy of homage.
Yeah, you're one of the very sincere homages too.
Oh god, so sincere. Like, you have no idea.
I'll tell you, that was one of the funnest movies I've ever worked on, because Norman had a great sense of humor and a great temperament, and it was at the right time in my life, and it was just fun.
You're so cute.
Yeah, it was a blast. We wish it had been a little better, but it was fun.
I think it's wonderful.
Well, it is. Thank you.
It has a cult following.
Did it not turn out the way that you guys had wanted it, or was that really what it was supposed to be, and it was just like not something you were super proud of?
It technically didn't get put together that well, and in the aftermath of it all, doing an autopsy of it, I think Norman and I both realized, Norman did, I mean, he was the guy that made the movie, you can't mix a kid's movie with a horror movie. He should have just made a horror movie and not really had kids in it. But at the time, Goonies had come out, and he kind of thought he might be able to do a horror movie for kids. And as it turned out, it was like, not really one and not really the other.
That made it perfect. Like I was around the kids' age when it came out. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
The thing about Ice Cream Man is it left a heck of an impression on a lot of people. And it's amazing. There's a lot of people when they're 12, 13, 14 years old and they see something, it leaves an impression.
It's true.
Yeah.
And, God,
it's a happy day.
And not every day is a happy day.
Yay, oh yeah. You said that you had an idea for Ice Cream Man 2. Can you tell us about that at all?
Well, Norman and I have talked about trying to do Ice Cream Man 2, and we've sort of been going back and forth, and we've developed a little bit of a plot regarding what would be the current Ice Cream Man, and I would not play the current Ice Cream Man. I can't divulge too much information because we might actually make the movie.
You need to. I was on your Kickstarter and I was so bummed when you stopped it.
Well, we were bummed too, but the reality is I think Kickstarter raised us about $4,000, which isn't quite enough to make a major motion picture.
We can make it work.
It is a good idea. I would be playing sort of the evil voice in the new Ice Cream Man's head.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, what about Slutty Ice Cream Cone? I was obsessed with the movie, and that goes crazy.
I would imagine it wouldn't be very difficult to put Slutty Ice Cream Cone Girl into the picture.
Yay!
Yeah, I think we all go yay.
This is what you really do in your free time.
Boy, you're really, really hot and heavy on that Ice Cream Man sequel.
It.
Well,
yes, no, I was so happy, and like so many of us were. We were like, Ice Cream Man 2, yes.
God, as a matter of fact,
you broke our hearts.
Wait. As a matter of fact, I just, I think there is a part for like a slutty ice cream cone gal in the movie. I think.
We'll make it work.
We'll make it happen. We'll add some pages. Listen.
Ice Cream Man groupie.
Ice Cream Man groupie, yes. There should be an Ice Cream Man club, all female.
Yeah.
Ice Cream Man devotional club.
Agreed. They just worship ice cream.
Yeah.
You guys the Pied Piper with your
Church of Ice Cream.
There you go.
I've been doing this for 50 years, and it's actually 55 years now. And I've had a chance to produce a couple of things, and I've had a chance to write some stuff. I really would like to direct a story, to tell a story as a director. not just to do an episode of a television show, but really find a story and want to tell it. And I do have a story in the world of horror that is, I think, kind of interesting, and it would be kind of ambitious because part of it takes place in the period, it takes place in the 70s, and so that would be a little expensive. But it would be one of those kind of movies that we'd have to make for a song and use our blood, sweat, and tears to put it together. And even then, it's a sketchy investment. You might think, oh, it's gonna be great, it's gonna make a lot of money. You don't know how many times I've been a part of shows where the poor people that have invested in the movie have absolutely just gotten creamed. And I feel bad. I mean, listen, my first responsibility as an actor is to be obligated to the investment. I mean, if it wasn't for the investment, I couldn't do what I'm doing. So the respect that you have for the money that you're being given to make the piece of art or work is, I think it's really important. For people to blow that off or not take it seriously or not respect the money, I think they're just getting off on a real bad foot. So, hopefully I'll get a chance. Also too, my life could come and go and I not direct and I would not feel funny about it or not feel like I've left something in the bag. It's just, let's go down and look at gizmos.
All right,
Shot
sounds
sheets.
good. Let's do it.
My problem here with the snow globes is that all the figurines were just a little too big. Even the small ones, they really need to be about this big because you don't realize it in a snow globe. It magnifies. That's what a snow globe was a magnifying glass.
Huh.
They filled a sphere with water and realized they could get magnification. Well, about the time the guy had that experiment, he invented that, they learned how to grind glass, and they didn't need that anymore because they could make lenses, to be very powerful. So the guy didn't have anything to do with his glass-filled sphere of water, so he made a snow globe.
And we're so happy he did.
Yeah, well,
Boy.
you too.
4 days. I'm gonna be in Vegas at the Star Trek convention.
Shut up, really?
Yeah, it's already sold out.
That's not surprising. I know.
But
The one in Vegas is amazing.
Yeah, I went once at the Rio. It was huge, but this time I'm going. Shatner's gonna be there, and I'm a vendor, baby. The hall opens, I'm gonna be there vending. And if I make a lot of money, I can always go to Vegas and have a good time later on.
Word. Perfect.
But this used to be my bank.
This actual
Different
building?
now.
Yeah, yeah. This was my bank. Let's see what we have here.
Are you into comics at all?
Not like this, or not graphic novels or stuff like this. These are amazing.
I know, it's beautiful.
Now, are these hand painted?
Looks like it.
Airbrush? See, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. The only reason why I had the clown on the crapper is the clown
looks
pants. I
cool.
couldn't do regular pants. I had to make them fluffy, so that's why I made him a clown.
Don't give away your secrets.
Boy, that woman, Jiminy Christmas.
Right? Look at the little monster underneath.
Yeah, I'm not really looking at the monster underneath. But that's wow.
Didn't get any of that stuff out, so.
No, thanks.
We're
Yeah.
just browsing. Oh,
Did
these
Star
are
Wars
so
do as
cool.
good as anticipated?
As far as like figures and
Yeah.
product and stuff, oddly, the last one, Revenge of the Sith,
Oh,
did a little better.
Really?
Yeah, I think because films have like a shorter shelf life in the theaters these days. It didn't do as well as Sith. Even though it was better and better received, so who knows?
Disney may have overplayed their hand a little bit with that merchandising, because when you've got Dodge trucks sponsoring Star Wars, it's kind of a funky tie-in,
Yeah.
It's his fellow Lifetime Achievement
There it
Award.
is, Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Oh.
Buddy.
You got the
That's
one up
so
top, and then
Yeah.
there's this guy here too.
Yeah. Yeah, he won the MTV Movie Award the year before I did.
He's aging really well.
So is Clint.
Yeah.
They both are.
Look though, he hides his gray hair. I let mine go.
That's a
Natural.
dye job
Yeah,
for
that's a
sure.
pleasant dye job.
The Lord of the Rings, is it holding up at all as a collectible? No.
Not really.
Game of Thrones took it over.
Game of Thrones kind of took it over. Yeah, it was really, really hot, but once the 3 movies came out, I think that kind of wrapped things up.
I went to a con in London one time, and it was during Lord of the Rings, and they had some Star Trek people there, and I did underwhelming business. It wasn't terrible, but Brad Dourif from Chucky,
Yeah.
he
Cuckoo's
killed.
Nest.
Yeah,
Chucky.
Yeah, Cuckoo's Nest and
Yeah.
Alien,
Yeah.
whichever one.
No,
Resurrection, I
he did a bountiful business, and also guys in Lord of the Rings, stuntmen that you would never ever know who they were. The people playing monsters, they were standing there with long lines of people getting to get that guy's autograph, and it's like, he's a stuntman. He's in a mask.
Yeah.
You don't know who he is. But anyway, you know,
Yeah.
God bless him. Last time I was in here, you guys had a couple of Austin Powers dolls.
Yeah, they're.
I have an Austin Powers in my snow globe. One of my snow globes is Austin Powers and Mr.
Oh,
Bigglesworth.
no way.
It's friggin' freezing in here, Mr. Bigglesworth.
It's angry people die.
Oh, that was perfect.
See, that was him getting prepped.
Okay.
I like him with no legs.
That was the clown.
Aw.
That was the clown before I gave him clown pants, because that was the only figure I could get. I had to make him a clown. There's Austin. I'm getting him prepped. Put him in the freezer.
Why?
There's Elvis.
Because he was cold. He was frozen.
Yeah.
there
Oh,
you go,
yeah.
then.
It's Ted Cruz.
Is it
It's Ted Cruz.
Comic-Con?
No. That's the Iowa caucuses.
Oh, okay.
There's
That's the final.
I know my screen's really dirty. He's in the capsule, and you can see there's some definition in there that doesn't good, and the ice came off really good.
That's cool.
Dr. Evil's cryogenic escape pod.
Nice.
Yeah.
The first one was a low budget movie. The first one I bet you they only spent about $6 million on the first movie, maybe if that. And
Can you imagine if Ice Cream Man had that budget?
Jay Roach, the director, called me because I had worked on Space Rangers with him. He had just broken into the business, and he was working as an assistant. And he called me because he was doing this movie with Mike Myers. This is a few years later, and nobody could recognize Mike Myers nobody knew. That's why they got the known faces, the recognizable faces, because they wanted to get people that the audience could recognize. Michael York was a perfect example of, we need to get the guy from there, you know. So they hired me, and the first day I worked about an hour and never had a chance to really talk to Michael, because it was the day they were going to wrap the movie. The second time it was, I had a Winnebago the size of freaking, Washington State. Anyway. And I didn't have a Winnebago the size of Washington State when I did Ice Cream Man.
That's a shame.
Yeah, no.
We'll fix that in the sequel.
Yes.
Yeah. So sequels are good.
To
work on.
You know what, though, now
Yeah.
they're making them do sequels for less money and less time.
Okay.
I don't believe that Ron and Tom Hanks just did Inferno,
Right.
Dan Brown book.
Right.
Not nearly the money. The Angels and Demons, not nearly the
Really?
time. Yeah. Adam Sandler had a chance to do Grown Ups.
Uh
Half the money, half the days. So the days of doing sequels to jump on a gravy train.
Yeah. Not so much anymore.
No, and
Interesting.
Adam felt really bad because Adam got all of his friends to be in that kind of on the cheap, and they want to do another one, even cheaper. You know, so
Yeah, that's...
hey, listen, if the business was easy, everybody would be in it. And they brought me to the set early, and I could see the crew coming. And it was such a cool feeling. You know, here's Captain Kirk walking, you know, and they're all coming, and they shake my hand, and we start doing it, you know.
Yeah.
It's just all of a sudden, here comes the crew.
That's
Now,
so cool.
You didn't really have any scenes with Kirk, did you?
I just had one at the end when...
At the very end, they come on there? And,
Yeah, I was only in one scene.
Right.
Yeah, it was a pretty long scene. I remember learning a lot of dialogue.
Okay.
No, it was fun. I made my dad take pictures of me on the bridge, and I was too embarrassed to sit in the captain's chair. Just imagine, I was an actor. It was and yet I didn't want to sit in the chair.
Rock and Roll High School.
Tell me about that.
Well, Rock and Roll High School is one of those cult movies that I made as a young kid. Not a juvenile, but it's like Ice Cream Man. It had a following, and
No, for sure.
the only reason why they used the Ramones was Cheap Trick wanted too much money.
That was their first choice.
Yeah.
Ramones is cooler.
Yeah, as it turns out, I think the Ramones are the better choice.
Although I know the Cheap Trick guys.
I mean, they're great too.
And,
Are you on Twitter?
you know what? I am a Twitter guy, but I don't really do hot and heavy Twitter, and I'm the Clint Howard.
That's what I thought. So I found this. Oops, sorry, that's my Twitter.
You're not going to make me pull out my cheap reading glasses, are you?
No. I'm just gonna. So this is you, right? The Clint.
Yeah.
Howard,
Yes.
In case you want to see it. But what I want to know about is this.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm the snow globist, and last year I made a collection of snow globes. I wanted to get a picture of all the snow globes, and so I thought, okay, I'll put them on the floor. And then when I put them on the floor, Burt Reynolds flashed in my head.
Of course.
I go,
As he does.
I got to get in with the photos. So off came the clothes, and Elvis, Elvis did manage to camouflage the privates. They do make like naked like model characters and stuff, and I was going to do a nude collection of snow globes, a whole series of them, but I was getting some feedback on Facebook that wasn't quite so positive about my naked snow globe collection, so
They're wrong.
I had to park that idea. Well, maybe I'll resuscitate the idea.
We need a sequel to that picture.
Yes. Oh, well, no. I'm not getting in the snow globe. That
That'd
was.
be perfect. If you had naked snow globe collection and you're behind it.
Oh, I see.
So
Yeah,
mad.
that'd be
So
the end of it.
if all the snow globes were naked, and I had clothes on, or I'd have to be naked
No, you
too.
have to be naked too.
I don't think
Alright.
I couldn't pay myself enough money to be in that shot.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, we got trusty Elvis there to hide you.
Oh yeah. Michael Jackson was a little too small. Facebook did threaten me with being suspended for having.
Oh my God, welcome
for
to my world.
Having an obscene.
That's crazy.
Listen, I'm not the most attractive guy in the world, but I wouldn't consider
Disagree.
that
That was a hot
obscene.
picture.
It got some incredible amount of likes, which is just kind of sad. I go through my whole life as a serious actor trying to entertain people, and yet I do kind of a pseudo-nudie shot on Facebook, and the world lights up.
One, people love nudity.
Yeah.
Two,
well,
it's great to see a different side of you.
Yeah.
Very silly. The first time I saw it, I thought it's like somebody photoshopped that. Like, no way. But
No.
that's so cool. To know it's real.
And we're lucky Elvis was as big a globe as he was.
Okay. Then. Heard it here first.
Hey, the snow globes for me was a great extension of being creative, giving myself something to do, and
But you made these movies?
Oh yeah.
No way.
Well, I don't hand blow the glass, but it comes in a kit, and then I put all the objects into.
Wow.
I put them together. I have Crappy the clown going to the bathroom on a commode in a snow globe.
Of course you do.
Yeah, you gotta have a clown taking a crap on a snow globe.
Oh my God, that's so awesome.
Elvis. I had to make Elvis ridiculous. Michael Jackson's is kind of ridiculous.
Is that the Grinch? Yeah.
Yeah, that was one I made for Ron.
Aw. This is so cool.
Yeah, there's the whirling dervish, the one arm that he lost his hand in a dusting accident, and so he was actually purchased in Istanbul, and he lost his hand. He fell off the windowsill, and his hand broke. And I immediately got the idea: let's bloody that stump and put him in a snow globe.
Yes, I like how you think.
Yeah. You know what? Facebook, check it out. My snow globe collection is actually pretty impressive.
Aw, we'll add links and stuff to that. That's so cool. I didn't know that about you.
The Michael Jackson one is good because he's performing in front of the aliens in Area
What?
51.
Oh God, this is so awesome. So the very first time that I fell in love with you was your MTV acceptance speech for Lifetime Achievement, which you should tell us all about how that happened. But I got you a Kinky Horror one.
Oh, Jesus. Wow, look at this dude. Is that, wow, now that's cool. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We'll go with your popcorn.
Yes, my golden bucket of popcorn. That was actually a great sort of moment, certainly not the best moment of my life.
It was amazing.
The MTV Movie Awards, my agent called me on April 1st and told me that they were going to offer me the Lifetime Achievement Award, and I told Daryl, I said, Daryl, don't bullshit me, it's April Fools, come on. And he said, no, I'm serious, they really want to. And it had been a unanimous decision apparently in their production meeting or whatever, however they decided. Now granted, Chewbacca won it the year before, so it's not exactly
And
like,
Jason before that though, that's great company.
I don't believe Laurence Olivier ever really got brought up in the MTV Movie Awards. But
Jason and Clint Howard.
I tell you what, it was a great moment and a great evening, and my dad gave me a really, really good tip because I knew I was going to be up there and I was going to get a chance to talk to people, and it was going to be an opportunity for me to do a little self-advertisement. And Dad said, instead of telling jokes, take it seriously, because if you take it seriously, that will get the audience behind you and they will root for you. And at that point I said, you know what? You're right, thanks. So I did an honest acceptance speech. I certainly know, it wasn't the Tony or the Peabody, but I took it seriously and people embraced that, and forever grateful that Dad gave me that suggestion. Like he always has given me great suggestions.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a really good idea because I don't remember anything about any other MTV award ever.
And I had the chance to go to a Super Bowl soon after that, and Joel Gallen, who had been the producer of the MTV Movie Awards, he was the producer of the halftime show for Super Bowl.
Wow.
We were at a party, and I didn't know he was there, and he says, "Hey, Clint," and I didn't really recognize him, and he waves me over, and it's Joel Gallen. He introduces himself to me, and he says, "I just want you to know that segment of you getting the Lifetime Achievement Award is probably the best piece of television I've ever produced." So, gee.
Still.
Yeah.
No matter what he's done, it still is.
I don't know what he was trying to get out of me, but it made me feel good.
Oh, do you need to close up on this?
Here. Let me get a focus on it.
Oh, do you read it?
Now, not to...
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. Nice.
Now, I don't want to get presumptive, but if you do a rack focus of her, does it change? Do you have a different definition? Do you use a different term?
It's a rack focus.
Yeah.
A double rack focus. A redundant rack
No
focus.
worries. My site's called Kinky Horror. It's
I
alright.
know. But
She's all about the rack focus.
the power focus. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out.
See right now. See what we got. I got her from the red or the orange to the white button right now. It's my
sprinkles.
Money.
That's
Have you ever had a chance to talk to Rob Zombie?
A long time ago, not since I've had the site.
He, because he's a big devotee of horror.
I know, I love him.
And
I stripped to all his music.
oh really? Wait. So you do your routine around his
Around
music?
Rob Zombie's music, yeah.
Did you ask him?
No.
I bet you'd give you permission anyway, even if you did.
Oh well, it's too late now.
Is it good music to strip to?
Oh yeah, he actually has an album called Songs to Strip To, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, wasn't his wife a stripper?
She's a dancer at least.
A dancer? Yeah. No, maybe not. Well,
Listen, dancing, stripping. I mean, when you strip your clothes off, if you do it in rhythm, you're dancing, as far as I'm concerned.
There you go. I
Exactly.
agree.
I hope you relish it as much as I.
Business is not a
Elvira is
science.
like in her 60s and she's still doing it. So
Yeah, Elvira ought to think about maybe.
she's great.
She's great. She's great. Elvira's great. But I remember when I was a little boy, Elvira was a grown woman. So I can only imagine what Elvira looks like now.
She looks amazing.
Yeah. She's had a heck of a career.
I know.
Because she was vampire, Mistress of the Dark back in the 70s.
Wow, that long.
Yeah. And she right away had that campy kind of thing that she did, and just cocky enough and fun enough to where she pulled it off.
And when I was a kid, that was about all there was to see on TV. That
I
was as
know.
close as it got to anything saucy. So we'd stay up to watch her, and looking
Just
back
as-
on it,
Yep.
it was just like a
Lord.
I
little bit
know.
of cleavage was the whole thing.
No, a little
But
bit
when
of
we were little,
makeup.
it was in theater.
A little more makeup than anything else.
Right, it was weird. It was so
Yeah.
nothing.
The people that really made the money were the people that sold that. They took the ad on the back of a magazine. You could get 10 videos for the price of one. That club, those guys were the guys in the distribution business that were really making a killing. Norman really felt kind of embarrassed that he wasn't on that side of it, which is so weird to me. How could they make any money? And then, of course, Norman explained right away. They're just trying to suck customers.
Well, same
in.
thing they did with records.
Yeah.
Later on, I joined the record club where I got
Columbia
10
House.
Columbia House, those motherfuckers. Yeah.
When those 8 tracks just keep on coming.